Hello and welcome back to Flipped Psychology. I'm Miss Lee, and in this video, we're going to be discussing our natural rhythms and why we sleep. We're still in Unit 2 Biopsychology domain, and we are in Section 11. Our objectives are to describe the circadian rhythm and its relation to sleep, and to explain the functions of sleep and dreams. So if you haven't done so already, go ahead and grab your notes and let's get started. All right, so first let's talk about our biological rhythms. These are the natural cycles of change in our body's chemicals or functions. So we all have these natural rhythms that are happening in our bodies all the time. It's kind of like an internal master clock that coordinates the other clocks in your bodies. So it's like telling other stuff to turn on and to turn off. The clock, if you want to call it that, is located in the brain right above the nerves where the eyes cross. It's made up of thousands of nerve cells that help sync your body's functions and activities. So it's a system, it's a neural system. There are four biological rhythms. The first one, and you may have heard of this term before, is the circadian rhythm. This is a 24-hour cycle that includes physiological and behavioral rhythms like sleeping. So this includes our sleep-wake cycle, our body temperatures, our behavior, our food and water intake, hormone fluctuations, metabolism rates, our body fluids, and how our genes express themselves. And this is about every 24 hours. A diurnal rhythm is the circadian rhythm synced with day versus night. So this is a specific type of circadian rhythm. That means that it's active during the day. Diurnal animals are active during the day. Diurnal flowers are open during the day and closed at night. Infradian rhythms are biological rhythms that last more than 24 hours, like a menstrual cycle, breeding cycles, migration cycles, hibernation, molting, and fur or hair growth, as well as tidal or seasonal rhythms of our Earth. So you may want to pause and look at the graphic on your screen. Ultradian rhythms has a period shorter than a day, but longer than an hour. So examples of that would be blood circulation, your pulse, your heart rate, thermoregulation, which is your temperature, blinking, as well as appetite and how aroused we feel during the day or drowsy. You may want to pause here and just take a look at this typical ultradian rhythm of a human. So those are our natural cycles that we all go through every day. Now let's talk more specifically about our sleep cycles. There are four stages of sleep. Stage one is the light sleep that produces alpha waves that are typical of being in a very relaxed state. This is kind of like our transition into sleep. We are still able to be aroused. We're still able to be awakened very easily during stage one sleep, but we may think that we've actually fallen asleep already. So this is stage one. Stage one is alpha waves. Stages 2 and 3 are deeper stages of sleep, and during these periods, our brain is producing very long, lengthy, deep delta waves. Stage 3 is the stage of deepest sleep, meaning that this would be the most difficult stage of sleep to wake from. And the final stage is rapid eye movement or REM sleep. This is when dreams and nightmares occur. The graphic that is on your screen right now shows an output of a typical night's sleep. So you see that we typically will start in an awakened stage and move quickly to stage one and through the stages, and then we go backwards as we head towards REM sleep. Most biologists and sleep specialists feel that the deepest stages of sleep, 2 and 3, are the most recuperative sleep for our bodies, and the REM sleep is the most recuperative for our mental abilities. So you may ask yourself, why do we sleep? So many biological processes happen during our sleep. This is when our brain is storing and processing new information, and it also is getting rid of old information and toxic waste. It's clearing out the stuff that our brain doesn't need anymore. Nerve cells are communicating and reorganizing during sleep, and this supports healthy brain function. This is also when our body is making the most repairs, restoring energy, and releasing molecules like hormones and proteins. These processes are very important for our overall health and well-being, And without them, our bodies aren't going to function correctly. Sleep disorders can lead to sleep deprivation, and our body has a lot of really negative effects when we are sleep deprived. On your screen are some graphic illustrations of some of the sleep disorders. Sleep problems include insomnia. This is the inability to go to sleep or to stay asleep. Nightmares are caused by a variety of events such as work or sometimes even depression. Night terrors are more severe than nightmares but are seldom remembered. They also happen at a different period of time when you are asleep. So instead of happening during REM sleep, night terrors are typically happening during stage 3 sleep. And if you'll recall from a previous slide, this is a period of sleep where it's very difficult to wake the person up. Fortunately, a lot of people don't remember having night terrors at all, and this tends to be a disorder that is associated with children, and they tend to grow out of it. Sleepwalking, this is defined as roaming about almost nightly during stages of deep sleep. Again, stage 3 is usually when someone is sleepwalking. Sleep apnea is an interruption in breathing that occurs during sleep. So you may have seen a CPAP machine. Basically what this is doing is it periodically forces the person to take in oxygen. Because sleep apnea is kind of the reverse. It's someone not taking enough breaths, and it usually wakes them up. Your body needs oxygen and it will kind of fight to stay oxygenated. Narcolepsy is a very rare disorder that people fall asleep or get very drowsy no matter what time of day it is or where they are. So they're getting very drowsy when they're driving, they're getting very drowsy when they are waiting in a doctor's office, they're falling asleep, that type of thing. So before we go, let's recap. This video talked about the natural rhythms, especially circadian and their relation to sleep, as well as why we sleep. In the next video, we will be discussing why we dream. I can't wait to see you then. Bye for now.